The Dothan Police Department, we do train throughout the year on different things that are very important to us. We see that one of the things that we face is drivers who are driving impaired. And unfortunately, nationwide, approximately every 83 minutes, someone is killed by a drunk driver. This is a startling statistic and something that we want to stop. So it's very important for us to have this ongoing training. Once an officer is initially trained in the academy, proficiency is the key, because as with many of the things we face, it is an ongoing changing process. As Scott Owens mentioned earlier, not only is alcohol a concern, but now we see with the increased usage of inhalants, prescription medications, things of that nature that were not so prominent 20 years ago have now taken a front seat and have really paralleled the issue that we have with drunk driving. So it's very important for us to stay proficient as things change and to continue the skills that we learned early in our training. Again, there are many drunk drivers who just somehow manage to make it from point A to point B without a crash, but those drivers that are impaired on the roadway, they are always putting not only themselves but others at risk, and it is always a tragedy if an innocent life is changed or lost because of the choices of a drunk driver. Well, any officer in the patrol division is trained on DUI techniques, detecting DUI. Specifically, our traffic division targets looking for DUI impaired drivers. So that is something that as they're out doing their daily duties, they are always mindful of and they're always watching for, because it is very important to us to keep the other drivers on the road who are driving legally and safely, to keep them safe from dangers they may not know are all around them. Absolutely. Anytime we train on something, we talk about safety. Anytime you're dealing with someone, for example, giving field sobriety tests, you cannot keep it out of your mind that they may become an instant threat. Somebody may be participating in a test at one moment and fighting or running the next. So not only do we have to be mindful of the steps of the test, we have to be mindful of our safety and the safety of others. If a vehicle is involved in an accident where life is changed or lost, if there are critical injuries or death, the vehicle is considered to be a weapon, and this is something that can be used intentionally or what some would call unintentionally. They didn't mean to do that. The bottom line is, anyone would reasonably say that if you drink and drive, you have put yourself into a position where you are likely to assault or kill someone. And that's the way we see it, not as somebody who doesn't mean any harm, but someone who is very likely to harm another.
Your foot rocking inside your boot. Is that difficult? You know, when the back hurt, anybody can't do that? You guys have seen it. People will tell you they can't do it. They're lying to you. Turn, take now hit the toe steps back down this line. I will show you exactly what I want you to do, show you how I want you to turn. Okay? I'll go ahead and jump to the steps.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Inches off the ground. Keeping your raised foot parallel to the ground. Keep both legs straight and arms at your side.
Start back in the center again. All right, start back in the center. Right foot walk as we bend down on their knees. Try to get better that way.
On average, 1 in 4 drivers that are driving impaired are actually arrested. The other 3 are actually never detected. So it's very possible that right now a drunk driver is out there driving as we speak. It's very important. One, because in order to not miss things, you have to know exactly what instructions to give and what clues to key in on. We have a general order that dictates how we do our field sobriety tests, which tests to give and which ones are accepted by the department.